Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a look that I have been wanting to film for so long because I do it all the time. Also, we're working with natural lighting today, so I didn't feel like getting my light set up. It's in my car. I needed to film, so we're just going with the natural light, which I think is honestly going to be fine today. At least in the viewfinder, it looks like it's good. So anyways, this is a look that I do most Saturdays or whenever I have weddings. It's my I want to look put together. I want to have nice makeup because I'm a makeup artist working. But I don't want it to take a long time. So this is the look. I'm going to be using a shadow from my Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral palette. Just one eyeshadow is all this look takes. But you can use literally whatever nude shadow. I mean, it doesn't even have to be nude. It could be a bright color. Whatever shadow you want. I'm just using this because it's in my current makeup rotation. So I'm trying to give it some love. That's it. This is going to be really quick. Let's zoom you in and get started. To prep the skin, I always start with my Welleda Skin Food. You know the drill. It's my fave. I just kind of warm it up between my two fingers and then press it in to the skin. I especially like to hit places where I feel like, obviously where I'm dry, but also where I feel like I have some fine lines so that we are nice and hydrated. So that's usually my forehead, nasal labial folds, that sort of thing. Okay, that feels great. Next, because I want my skin to look healthy, we're gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match Lotion. Why was that so hard for me to say? I don't know. I use the shade Light. I'm just gonna put this all over the face. I know you often see me use this mixed into my foundation, but the reason that I am putting it on first is because the foundation that I've been using is actually pretty light coverage and I don't want to sheer it out anymore because then it would be no coverage. And that foundation is also by L'Oreal, the True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum Foundation. I'm in the shade Light 2-3. It has a dropper and I usually just take a bunch on the back of my hand, and I know it probably looks like I'm going in with a lot of product, but it's pretty sheer, so it's not going to be too intense. And I like the Lotion under this. I mean, they're from the same line. I don't know if they intentionally made them to pair well, but I really like them paired well. The Lotion, obviously, I've been in love with for a long time. That's not a new product, but the tinted serum is new for me. So this is basically just to give me a healthy all over base. Okay, the sun went out. I feel like it's getting darker now. Just blending that in to make sure everything is good. Looking great. Okay, we're gonna readjust the camera so that you guys can see this a little bit better. So hold on. There we go. Back, we're good. Next, I have been using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. What I do with this is I put 4 dots, a little redness under my nose, so I go there, a little bit of old acne starring / brightening up the face. That's the concealer. Then tapping motions. I'm just pressing this into the skin. Blending that out. I usually do go over the eyelids so that I don't have to use primer on my eyelids. If you're ever using concealer on your eyelid though, you have to make sure you set it with a translucent powder first. Otherwise it will crease. It is meant to conceal. It is not meant to prime. If you want longevity and you don't want things creasing, you gotta set it. Which, speaking of that, Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm just gonna set where we concealed. So under the eyes, pressing. Pressing, pressing, pressing. Especially where you have texture. Always pressing where you have texture. And let's not forget those eyes. Next, we're gonna use the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I've been really liking the, this is the blush version, but the bronzer version of this, these little palettes. But that's okay. I'm gonna take some of the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Honey Drip. Again, we're just going for healthy skin. We're not trying to make anything too crazy. I don't love to do a super obnoxious, like well, I say obnoxious, a super bright, non-traditional eye, or I don't know. I try to stick to basics when it comes to the makeup that I do for myself on a wedding day, because I don't want, majority of the time clients are, they've never met me before, right? And I don't want to scare them and make them think I'm going to do like rainbow eyes on them or whatever. Like I find that when I go with like enough makeup that's not too much, not a crazy intense look, it helps them feel more comfortable with me in the beginning. I'm going to go in with the blushed palette. This is volume 1, and I'm going to take this orange tone that's on the bottom here, and I'm literally, these are so pigmented, I'm just gonna tap once. It's all you need. And I'm just gonna blend that up. It's just a nice peachy orange color. We know how I feel about orange blush. It's my favorite. Okay. Before I highlight, I'm gonna go back in with my powder brush from earlier. And I'm just gonna buff out the edges of that so that everything is blended nicely. Today we're using, what should we use for my highlighter? We're gonna use this one. We're gonna use the Milk Makeup holographic stick because it's just really fun. It makes the skin look really nice and healthy without being too much. Again, that's the goal for this type of makeup. There's a ghost in here with me. Did you hear that? My door moving? Oh. So that's the face. Face is done. Just a healthy glow. Then what I do is I take some sort of rosy, blushy, rose gold tone, and I put it on a fluffy brush. And we buff it into both eyelids. So we're like tapping it in and then blending into the crease. Sometimes if I really want a little more sheen, I'll just go in with my ring finger. So can you see that tone? It's just a pretty rosy metallic. And I'm just swiping it with my ring finger onto the lid. There, you can see there's a little more color payoff now. Just like that. So that we look like we have eyeshadow. You can, again, blend that out more if you feel like it. Lastly, we just have brows and mascara. So for this, brows are actually, I find, very important when I'm going to clients, because that seems to be the #1 thing that people are concerned about when I ask them what they don't like. They're like very particular about their brows. So I like to make sure that my brows look nice and full, but not too fake. Well, I say not too fake, not fake at all. We're just going for a subtle, naturally full brow. So basically I crisp up some lines. See? That's it. It's usually me like getting my tails to balance the front like that. So after we do that, we just take our spoolie and we brush through so that everything looks nice and blended. That's it. We got a nice natural brow. Last step. I'm gonna do this part off camera, but when I come back, I'll show you what I put on my lips because it's very minimal. Okay, so this is the finished look. It's just put together, soft, glowy, a great everyday look. Truthfully, this is often what I wear on an everyday basis, and I'm taking just a nude lipstick. This is the e.l.f. and Atkin collab, where the lipstick's on one side and the liner's on the other. And I'm just taking the nude. And I put it like, do you see how I put that like through the center of my lid? Center of my lid. Those are my lips. So then I kind of like rub it together, and then I go in with my ring finger and kind of like smudge it. So it's like, it really doesn't feel like much of anything on my lips at all. It's super light, and then it just complements the look. It's like a little something, but it's not too crazy. So that's the finished look. That is how I do my makeup. This is what I look like often when I show up to do your wedding makeup. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was good inspiration for everyday makeup. Obviously you can switch out whatever eyeshadow color you want. I just do this one so that we keep it really monochromatic. So the lip, the cheek, and the eyes all kind of go together. The skin looks healthy, blushing, everything looks nice and full. Natural lashes, natural brows, natural skin. And yeah, that's the look. I hope you have a wonderful day. This took me 13 minutes total to film. And filming always makes things take longer. So we'll see where this video ends up. Usually it's like a 7-8 minute makeup for me. So super quick and easy, especially when you're doing it repetitively all the time. You get very quick at it. And yeah, I love it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you like quick and easy makeup looks, so that I know that I should create more. Have a wonderful day. You're the best.